Hello and welcome to Arks Lounge for the first time live episode.
Hello, everyone.
Oi!
Yo.
How are you guys doing? It's been a while since we had an Arks Live.
It feels ages, doesn't it? I think because of how they've done the headlines recently, it feels like it's been so long.
Yeah. And also because I did a slight hiatus, which I'm gonna talk about later. Hello, chat.
Yeah, hello, chat. For the first time live.
Chatters, hello.
Damn, I'll finally be able to say chat, is this true, unironically. Okay, let's catch up on what everyone's been up lately. Guy, what about you?
So, stream-wise, been continuing with Phantasy Star 4, having an absolute blast with it. Absolutely in love with that game. Apart from that, mainly been prepping for... I'm going to Japan in November, so I've mainly been getting my last-minute preparation for that ready. So, yeah, a lot of headaches getting that sorted, but it should be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a fun time.
Second time going, and I'm planning to go to one of the PSO pop-up stores as well, so hopefully I can get some merch.
Nice.
That's the real reason I'm going, obviously.
Makes sense.
I wanna go to Japan myself one day, but mainly just so I can visit all the locations that are featured in the Digimon anime and video games. I'm gonna storm the Tokyo Metropolitan Building.
Well, I know last time I went, when I was going through Tokyo, I think it was about the time of PSO2 Episode 4, so all of the gaming stores had videos of PSO2 Episode 4, which was in Tokyo, so that was very weird. But yeah, that's more or less it for me. Mainly just trying to get things ready for my trip. Yeah.
Thank you for the €20 super chat, Wings of Dust. There's something related to that I'm gonna announce later, so stay tuned to that.
Intriguing.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for all the support, guys, as well.
Yeah. And Ratmut, what about you? What have you been up to lately?
Well, stream-wise, I'm still trying to get back to a more consistent schedule on that end. But there's been Warframe on the weekends, which has been something I've played for a long time. I'm also, of course, trying to slot in more PSO2 into that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't see it with Warframe. I've only played a little bit of it myself, but it's way over my head.
It's a lot. It's a lot to get into.
I like how it looks, but trying to control it myself is a little bit too much for me.
It's a hell of a learning experience. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, there's been the Digimon Time Stranger demo. That was fun. Some people went really crazy with it, just playing in the demo area. Trying to unlock every Digimon in the demo. It's funny. But I also played the Blue Protocol Star Resonance beta.
Okay.
Against all odds, it feels like that game do not want me there. The game is pretty decent. It's just it's clearly a mobile port on PC, which is a bit unfortunate. Kind of wish that they would Kind of wish they would just release the original Blue, which was clearly a PC console game.
Yeah, I've only seen a little bit of it. I've seen like some of the character designs, and to me, it doesn't really interest me because I think it looks quite generic.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's the gameplay is okay. I like it more than Genshin, but then again, Genshin is just a mobile game, and the story is like absolute Swiss cheese. I do not like it.
Oh no.
So it was also time gated, which was like so weird. Like you get the mission like, hey, next story quest starts in 20 hours.
Reminds me of Tower of Fantasy.
Yeah. So that wasn't cool. The art style, yeah, it's very generic, but it's whatever, I guess. I'm a bit disappointed the character creator is honestly not that great. Like, you have less choices than Final Fantasy XIV, and that was already very limiting.
Yeah.
Didn't people go nuts over the character creator for the original version of Blue Protocol?
Yeah, apparently it was pretty good. I saw some screenshots of it, and it looked way flashier than the one we have in the new game. But that's probably because the original was actually a PC console game and not a mobile game.
Fair enough, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And other than that, I've been grinding hard in PSO2, so I don't have to later. And on a
Yeah,
pretty,
I've been trying.
been on a pretty good 2 weeks of just relaxing and not worrying about anything. Because I finished my crest in the first week.
I finally got a Legendios drop. That's the best thing I've had so far, so I'm taking
Nice.
that. I've finished augmenting that, and I'll just use that for now.
It'll get an upgrade, so
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
There's a rifle as well, so it's a good weapon.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, now let me talk about the changes to the Arks Lounge format and why I'm doing this. The main reason is that editing with the how I did it before just took way too long for the amount of views that the video was getting. Like, it was just not worth it at all.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to cancel the series like I did the NGS bottom line. Because I know that there's a lot of people who still do enjoy it, and I do want to serve them. So I figured, let's just move all the editing process to OBS. It'll be a little bit less robust, and things will probably break, but I'll get the video out immediately instead of having to edit it for 3 days.
Yeah.
Which is... And also, as a live stream, I get to interact with you guys directly, and the info we're talking about is not outdated anymore.
Finally.
Yeah. Which was a big issue with the previous format, I feel like, for many people. And additionally, since it's a live stream now, we can actually do more things. So, I want to add a gift card giveaway for people who submit screenshots for the live stream. And
Oh, nice.
because we don't get Rappy Fritters, we like the other official live streams, so we're just gonna do our own giveaway.
We're like down the ladder somewhere. We haven't got there yet.
Yeah. And the second change that I want to do is that starting with the next episode, the giveaway is also starting with the next episode, not this one. Starting with the next episode, I also want to implement a gaming segment where we just play the game together for an hour or so. And that could be like various content, like even dead content, like Casino in base PSO2, or I don't know, the region bosses or whatever people want to do because they're either missing titles or other reasons.
Cannonball Rumble, here we go.
Yes.
Finally, it's time has come.
I mean,
Fun for those accessories.
I do miss some titles from Cannonball Rumbles, so. Okay.
Just quickly in regards to the editing process, that anyone who isn't a content creator, just for some context, if I'm doing a video, if it's say half an hour video, it'll sometimes take me a few hours to edit that. So I can only imagine how long it took you to edit a multiple hour podcast.
Yeah, like most of the editing is just removing awkward pauses or
Yeah.
unnecessary sentences or the which people should probably start learning to like not do in general, but
I will
most
do
people
that all the
just-
time.
Yeah. Would like to play PvP. Yeah, we could play PvP too in PS2 if we get 12 players together. I know Lace is doing a end of year PvP event, so that could
Yeah.
be cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, just to like give a little bit perspective, the EX style video that I did on first day, that took 4 hours to edit, and that's a 6-minute video.
Jesus.
Yeah. To be fair, like 2 hours of it was spent just researching to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass, and writing the script because I'm using a text-to-speech, so I'll just input the script into the text-to-speech and then later use it for subtitles. But yeah, that was just long editing process. So a full Arks Lounge with like me editing stuff in and out and like making sure everything is aligned, that takes way longer than it should be. And I tried with OBS before I made the switch, and everything is like done in real time, which is better because I just don't have to edit anything at this point.
Just makes things easier, doesn't it?
Yeah. And these kinds of pauses are the things I would usually edit out. Anyway, let's see.
It's the magic of live.
Yeah.
Also, making it live opens the possibilities to have them have the podcast on other platforms as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that because I don't exactly have an audience on Twitch right now.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yet, exactly.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. I would say we could go to recent events.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, so the NGS store is finally available in Europe. Hooray!
Hallelujah.
Thank you, SEGA.
and Canada and Australia.
Finally, I can buy even more Arks Cash.
Yeah. I did.
Finally, I can stop getting scammed by Steam.
Yeah, that's a big part. Like I have like 2 other Swedish friends, and one of them said they're actually playing through the EGS version of the game because EGS actually has regional pricing.
Mm-hmm.
And Russia is unfortunately not included in the NGS store, which is unfortunate because I have some Russian friends who stopped playing the game because a certain real-world event stopped payment processors from working with Russia, and that means they can't whale on the game anymore.
Oh, joy.
thoughts on the headline. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. First, we're gonna talk about the live headline, since we haven't done that yet. But it'll be a small recap. Let's see. Have you both watched the live headline?
Yep, I did.
I watched parts of it.
Okay.
I've seen most of the stuff that was on it though.
Okay. Yeah, so it was. I'll say it was nice having a live headline. It wasn't exactly how PSO2 stations used to be, but it was definitely fun. It was nice seeing our series director, Mr. Hamazaki, again, and then not exactly scripted fashion, just like hanging out. And it was also nice seeing the voice actors talking about their like reacting to the screenshots that players submitted while being in character. It was very funny. Especially the Dozer voice actor. He has so much fun voice acting this character.
I think it definitely felt like a step more towards what they used to do with PSO2 Classic, which I think is a good thing. It brings a bit of personality to the streams.
Yeah. And from interviews, we also, like, Hamazaki said that he plans to do this every summer. So it's not going to be a regular thing, but it's going to be a yearly thing, which I guess is also regular in some way. And for winter, we're gonna have another Arks Friendship Carnival, like we did last year. So that's gonna be fun.
It's fun to see that they're actually making moves to do these sort of live events again,
Yeah.
after how long it's been.
Though it's still a little bit... Like, if you were around for PSO2 JP, it's still such a stark contrast where we had a live stream for everything, basically. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the PSO2 station, that's a live stream. The hanging out with players, that's a live stream. Weird Thanksgiving event, that's a live stream. I also found it funny because they did a live question reading, and a lot of the questions that I saw people on the internet be like, oh my god, who asked this? People in the audience were cheering, so this is who asked for this.
And I answered itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they're hoping to achieve with that. You know, it's a live event. They're not going to be reading your comments and going, oh no, I guess we should change course. That one guy in chat doesn't like what we're doing, we need to change.
Yeah. Okay. Also, they did show in the live stream the voice actors playing the combat sectors. And you could tell that they not play the game because not only it was confirmed in the interview later that they basically haven't played until the morning of the live stream, but also like they were afraid to press buttons. It felt like so. Yeah, the game is designed with those players in mind too. In case you're ever wondering, game needs to be fun for everyone.
Yeah, there needs to be quite a low barrier to entry because you're going to have people who it might be the first game they've played.
Yeah. And there's a difference between needless complexity and depth, and I feel like a lot of people mistake one for the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yep, that was basically everything about the live headline, I would say. Everything else we saw in the cut together version of the global headline, which it was still a bit weird that it only covered like half a month. I actually saw some
strange way of doing it.
Yeah. I actually saw some comments on Bumped being like, oh, you can't just name this half a headline, even though it was half a headline. Yeah, it's also fun to see that Yui is experimenting a little bit more with the official channel. She's doing way more live streams. Also, I don't know, did Hiro have a Twitter account?
I honestly don't remember.
I am not sure if he did.
Because I noticed that Yui is not only streaming more, she's like more personable, she's more expressive, and she has a Twitter account where she's like tweeting occasionally like, oh, I beat Masquerade, depth 10, floor 10, whatever. It's like, man, we just did not have that with Hero. She actually feels like a human being.
Yeah, Hero kind of felt like a robot presenting the news, but I understand. I know it wasn't his fault. I know he was obviously told to present it like that, but yeah.
Which is a bit unfortunate. Goes to show what we were missing for so long.
Exactly. She brings a very different vibe overall.
Yeah. Also, I found it cute in the recent headline how she was wearing 4 rings on her hand.
Yeah.
Just because the headline would reveal skill rings. Quite funny.
Nikki.
Speaking of the recent headline, I would say we could recap that one real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna get a new mini episode, finally, about Manon. I've been wondering what she's been up to.
She's been wandering around aimlessly for the last few months.
Yeah. Apparently she's been reading some logs from Zepheto, and I do find it interesting that they're going to take the angle where she wanted to find out more about him as a person, rather than all the research he did.
Yeah.
Which, me too, actually. Like, who was that guy?
It's never really been explained, has it, to be honest? Like,
Yeah.
what Zepheto is?
He kind of just showed up and he did a grand entrance and a grand exit, and that was basically it.
On a couple of occasions.
Shows up, refuses to elaborate, leaves.
Yeah. That is kind of Zepheo's character at the minute, isn't it, really?
And also, I find it very interesting how much the recent story updates are about Hibana. It almost feels like it's hinting at something, but
Yeah.
would be weird. Like, imagine if it was Hibana who sent us to Alpha instead of 909. That would make no sense, probably, but with how much they do stuff around Hibana right now, I'm like, huh, it's a bit weird.
It is strange that they keep bringing her up over and over again.
Yeah. Arks
But hey, it means more Kanuian stories, so I'm for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of stories, at the end of the headline, there's this game concept art showcase thingy segment. And the composer for the combat sector that released last month, I don't know if he slipped up or something, but he did say that he was like reminiscing about the episode 1 Retem story, and I'm like, wait a minute, episode 1? What are you talking about? Don't you mean version 1?
Yeah, that's a bit strange. I mean, unless, I guess there's been the PSO terminology in the past, hasn't it, with like episode 1 and 2, and I suppose PSO 2 base use that as well. But it's a bit weird to call it episode 1.
Yeah, unless he knows something we don't know.
Maybe.
And for the record, I know that internally, the chapter 1 through 5 is labeled as episode 1, and chapter 6 and 7 is labeled as episode 2. But externally, it's not. So I don't really see that as like a... Unless they're just talking about game file names internally at the studio. But yeah, if he did slip up, then it's almost confirmed that we're gonna get an episode 2 at some point. Probably next year.
We can hope at least.
Because I feel like... Yeah?
No, go on.
Because I feel like Vile was like a pretty good end point for episode 1.
Yeah.
And I feel like we would need to set up a new thread for episode 2. And also the current story feels like we're in between of episode 1 and 2. So
I think the whole like Alter Realm thing is, in my mind, seems to be a method to kind of push the story along a little bit and kind of hint as to what's coming.
yeah. Because like we did have a little bit of story with Crawford telling us to go there and like kill a bunch of dudes, and then he's like, oh, I guess we'll need more research data to know what the fuck this is. I am interested in where the story is going, especially now that we know that like alter factor is a thing. Because like, what if the Gigantics were just dolls influenced by the alter factor? And then once the Starless Gigantics were introduced, they actually kill the dolls Gigantics before they spawn. So that's interesting. Maybe that's somehow connected. Who knows? There's a lot of environmental details like that just aren't mentioned verbally, but they are there if you pay attention to them.
I think we mentioned it before as well. There's a lot of like world storytelling in NGS that isn't actually told in the story quests.
Yeah, which I like a lot. I wish we would get more regular stories still, but
yeah,
I do like the environment stuff.
I think it's a fair criticism to want more of the main story. You know, I think pretty much everyone is aware there is still too much of a gap.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
the mini episodes have helped a bit.
Yeah, it feels nice having something to look forward to every 2 months. Even if that's not a lot, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's like with the time it takes, it feels it's good to see that it's moving forward, but with how little it is every like 2 months, it's like this might feel more cohesive once we have all the mini episodes together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also feel like the whole 2 months waiting between story updates, it feels awful in the moment, but if you're playing as a new player, you have all of it in one go, and then it feels like less awful because you're going from one event to the next. Which is obviously why they're designing the story like this. I still wish there was more side content with story, but it's been 4 years. I feel like if they wanted to do side content, they would have done it by now.
Yeah. It's something I've said a few times, is that the direction that they've gone with the game in general, not just with the story, it's obviously kind of fixed. It's not going to change drastically 4 years in.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
If anything, they're gonna take the feedback for the next game. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
Doing the story mandatory was like not super well received because we couldn't do as much story as the players wanted. So maybe they'll do something different next game. Well, they'll probably do something different next game. Yeah, Central is also side content, and though how much it's canon is a little bit dubious. Like,
As much as I wish it was canon.
because they are trying to like tie it to the events we see in the story, but at the same time you have Zepheto just chilling playing Line Strike.
I choose to believe that Faria spends all of her time going around rising swordfish.
Yeah.
That is
And-
my canon for Faria, and I will not accept anything else.
And before we met her in chapter 7, she was like refusing to get off her swordfish.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. I think the big headline during this headline is the EX styles. We
For sure.
finally know what they are. Finally have more than 5 seconds of footage. So, what do you guys think about them so far?
Do you want to go first, Ratmut?
I will say the EX styles look a lot more interesting than I had initially thought they would be. They look way more thought out
Mm-hmm.
because it's not just your typical melee, ranged, tech. No, they're actually focusing on specific playstyles rather than just the actual categories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I was really, really surprised with it. I'd seen a little bit of the footage from the Japanese creators that had done some footage recently, but after what they showed in the headline, it is really impressive, honestly, what the kind of depths they've gone to with it. It feels way more in depth than it has any right to be.
Yeah. I was also like surprised how they just let the Japanese creators announce it like out of the blue.
Yeah.
In 4 a.m. in the morning.
Can you imagine us getting the same?
Yeah.
It's never.
Yeah. I will say from my expectations have been surpassed with this system from what I've seen so far. It seems like the amount of depth they add is almost on par with how much depth Scion classes did as subclasses back in PSO2.
Yeah.
And it's also nice we're getting free on launch instead of having to wait for extra. And also extras EX styles are supposed to come apparently.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting.
I think what I found quite interesting as well was it seemed to have some similarities to PSO2 Dark Blast with the way that you like level it up, and it has its well, not so much the skill tree necessarily, but the way that you level it up alongside your classes.
Mm-hmm.
So it felt a little bit like almost like NGS's kind of version of it, but it's its own thing altogether.
Yeah. Kinda reminds me of Luster elements. Yeah, kinda. We have one that specializes on tanking, one that specializes on rapid fire, and one that specializes on cooldown reduction. I don't know. I haven't played Luster.
I think, was it Elemental Downs, the third one?
Yeah.
Mm.
But Elemental Downs weren't a thing in PS2, so...
Yeah.
What did you want to say, Ratmut?
Wait, which one?
Huh?
Didn't have anything more on that one, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was honestly really, really impressed with what we're seeing. I think they've made each of the styles different enough as well. I mean, obviously we've only seen so much of it, but it seems like there is a big enough difference between each of the three styles to actually make a noticeable difference to your playstyle in NGS.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really, really interested to see how far people go with it and the kind of builds that people can make from it.
Mm-hmm. I also think different styles will benefit different type of content.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, the Adra style, if you play against an enemy that spams a lot of attacks that are counterable, then Adris is going to be really good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you have a class that spams a lot of attacks or you do mobbing content, then Blitz is probably going to be better. Celeste is just in general the go-to force style, I would say. Getting 70% of compounds refunded is pretty strong. Even like on other classes, getting 70% of pinion refunded is insane.
I mean, I will say that as a bouncer, I get pinions so often that I don't know how much difference that's going to make, but more pinions, the better.
I mean, if you can get 2 pinions in one break, that would be insane, I think.
Yeah.
Pull out 2 nukes instead of 1.
Yeah.
Also, Celeste just getting to, like, completely guard against the
Oh yeah.
orange attack.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I remember Einhander was complaining how, Hunter and Waker can just ignore orange attacks. That's not fair. They should change orange attacks that you can parry them, but you still take damage. And then Celeste gets unveiled.
It's almost like they heard him.
Yeah, it's almost like they heard him. Maybe
Prayers have been answered.
maybe someone from SEGA is chilling in the Tector Discord, just silently lurking. Yeah, you take 50% of the damage, which is still a lot, but like the main thing is that you parry the attack, which previously wasn't a thing. And as far as I understand, it's only on chargeable attacks, which for Tector is going to be nice because now we can actually use Swift Smash in all the flurry of enemy attacks. And for Force, obviously every technique counts. If a gunner uses it, then the chain finish counts.
That sounds spooky for Avenger Hunters with the sword.
Yeah, on Hunter it's also going to be crazy. But at the same time, Hunter doesn't have a damaging gauge skill, so it won't be able to trigger the Celeste 5% power boost.
Isn't there there's the Wildlands skill, isn't there?
Wildlands has one.
Oh yeah. Well,
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, there's a Wildlands skill.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I've totally forgotten what it's called.
It is
It's not Fearless. That's something
Crossing
else.
Feather.
Crossing Feather. There we go.
That's it.
Yeah. So I guess maybe Hunters will have to actually use Wildlances to get all the mileage out of Celeste.
Yeah, maybe swap to Wildlands, use Crossing Feather, and then swap back.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, though, I am happy to see this come in. I feel that last time we got a new system with Mars, I still kind of feel that Mars is a little bit shallow. This feels like it's a lot better thought out to me.
Yeah. I also like how they acknowledged during the headline that this is basically caused by Mars feedback. Because a lot of people were like, I don't like how I don't play my class anymore. So I'm like, yeah, here we go, a new system where you play your class on crack.
Can I just say, I find that excuse to be so bad. Because you play your class 98% of the game. It's like, the few moments you have to use Mars are so far and few between.
Personally, I just find Mars cool, so I like to use it.
Yeah? It's sick to just summon your own mech. Well, your mech parts.
Yeah.
I will say, I do actually use it in Alter Realm. When you get the mining rig trial, I basically just go into Mars, ignore everything, and just use Mars for that trial, and then go out of it again.
Yeah. Also, I also like how the recent combat sector actually has a Mars buff. Like the gauge builds stupidly crazy, and
it's ridiculous.
And Mars deals extra damage. Like that's super fun. I should play more of that combat sector. Maybe the Quares one will also have that buff, because I still need to do the title for killing enemies with Mars. Oh yeah, I have no idea how vile version 1 is gonna play like with all these systems now. Like he's already power crept like crazy, and now he's also gonna have to deal with Afterblast.
They should just replace it with Malignant, honestly.
Yeah, at this point. But they should also make a story version of Darkfall's Vial, because we had the problem during the 13th anniversary where they replaced the regular Vial with the Malignant version, and then people couldn't progress through the story because of it. So yeah, I hope they address that. It's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I kind of feel they should just give you a solo version of the bosses. I mean, they did it with, was it Aegis that you fight in story at some point?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel they should just do that for story and just give you a soloable one.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do that with the episode 2 update, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. So next month we'll have a Crimson Realm in Quares again, which that and a new limited time urgent quest that introduces us to Agni, a new starless enemy. And I find it interesting that they they just call it Agni, not High Arms Quares or something. It's just Agni, so it's a completely new boss, technically speaking. And it also has like a completely different quest start animation and a completely different moveset. Like, Jesus.
I mean, you can tell it's based on ARMS, but it looks so different from what I've seen regarding its moveset and everything.
Yeah.
I'm actually really interested to fight that.
And
It looks so aggressive.
yeah. I'm looking forward to it because of the new bosses that version 1 introduced, I think ARMS was my most favorite one. So getting him in like a starless version on Supercharge, that'll be fun. But I
I
also
used to like fighting the ancient one in Kavaris. That was a fun fight.
yeah. Make him soloable. Well, he will be soloable in the urgent quest because the quest scales HP with the player count. So if you want, you can just do the quest alone. But now I wonder if he's actually going to be the dual quest boss.
Yeah, I was about to say.
November.
I thought the silhouette, which we know now as Agni, would be the extra duel.
Yeah. Or
I hope it is.
right now people are speculating it's either going to be Agni or Juno. But watch them make a third new boss.
Yeah, it is
Or
interesting
Juno.
that we got Agni's silhouette on the roadmap, and then they've just announced him for this content. So maybe they'll reuse him for the duel. It seems odd to announce him and then give us a duel later on, but maybe they will.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, the limited time urgent quest will also have a little bit of story attached to it, like the previous limited time urgent quest, which is nice. It's not going to be terribly much story, but having a quest where the characters from the story actually show up is pretty decent, in my opinion.
I can't wait to try and read the story while I'm getting my ass handed to me by Agni.
Just read and counter and dodge and attack. Do everything at once.
Yeah, just do everything at the same time. It's fine.
Manon is going to be like, Taika, watch out, while you're face down on the floor.
Yeah, I'll be just dead immediately.
Okay. Also, with the new Crimson Realm, they revealed a new trial augment, which is Terra Trial. And now we actually have a pattern where they're just naming this augment after file sizes. We have Mega
And, well,
Trial, Giga Trial, Terra Trial. What's next
And
on the
well,
list?
Beta trial.
Nice. Yeah, looking forward to that one.
Hell yeah.
Okay. During the headline, we also got line strike balance adjustment announced, which was something I didn't expect at all. So I felt like all the cards were pretty decent in general.
Okay.
They're only buffing 8 cards, and not by a huge lot, but I feel like some of the cards that did get a buff definitely needed it. Like the Claris Grace, the second card, that definitely needed a buff. Mother, I'm not so sure needed a buff, but I appreciate it anyway. I actually like that card a lot.
Yeah, I don't play a whole lot of Line Strike, but I'm glad that they are actually still investing in it and actually rebalancing it as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
I know they said that I think they're not nerfing anything, are they? I think they said that there was nothing they felt needed nerfs. It was just buffs given, yeah.
And if they ever need to, they would be communicating it clearly.
Yeah. I feel like a card would need to be like disgustingly broken for them to consider nerfing it.
Yeah.
But I also appreciate that they're buffing cards instead of being like certain card games where they're like, oh, so we're just gonna release a new card that has basically the same effect but better stats.
Or do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you just go, no, that card's banned now, you can't use it.
Yeah.
Too good, too bad, be gone.
You know, that card you spent a lot of money on getting? No.
No, you can't use it. And then 2 years later, they re-released the same card with different card text, and now it sucks. Okay. They revealed a new face type for cast characters called the Faltech face. Apparently it's going to be based on the previous Phantasy face, but actually have more features. I'm not sure if I saw that correctly, but maybe the eye pattern that you select actually reflects on the face now. That would be nice. There's also going to be a ability to remove eyelashes and eyebrows with ornaments. So that's gonna be interesting. Also, this new face can blink, which the previous cast face couldn't.
They've learned how to blink. They're evolving.
Yes. The AI overlords are here. They're improving.
Oh god, they're everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the face. I don't think it's one that I'll use on my characters. I just don't have characters that really suit it. But I'm glad to see more faces getting added.
I'll tinker around with it, because there's actually going to be new cast parts as well, and I actually like them, so I'm gonna work on a new cast form.
I just like that they add these faces for free. We don't have to pull for them, they're not time limited, it's just more to play with.
I actually tweeted about it, because like I remember during PSO2, if you wanted the beast face, you had to buy the SG pack, which costed like 500 SG or something, which was a lot back in the day.
God, don't remind me of Fresh Finds.
Yeah. And then
no.
And then if you wanted the Eros face, you needed like a 45 scratch count bonus on an IC scratch. Which was just god awful. I want this cute cast face. That'll cost you $90.
Yeah, I remember the Beast face. That was awful because I really wanted to remake one of my Beast characters from PSU. I was like, no, I can't justify it.
Yeah. And nowadays we
Brought
just
it back
get
once.
nowadays we just get those for free, which is so nice. Though I also wish they actually did a N version of Beastface. So I was kind of thinking they would do this now, but they did a new cast face instead. So
Yeah, bring beasts back. Just in general, just bring them back.
yeah, like you don't have to do it as a race, and even if they did, it wouldn't really make a difference because NGS races are very fluid.
Yeah.
Maybe we can see something for next year.
Maybe.
Because next year is the 20th anniversary for PSU.
True.
Oh, it is, yeah. Nanoblast confirmed.
Hell yeah!
Okay. There's also been a lot of quality of life adjustments in this headline. A lot of them were really good ones. Item Lab auto sorts by BP, which is nice because for the past few months it's been a mess.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but in regards to figuring out how much BP a capsule gives you, is it just a case of you would have to go on Visiphone or something to figure that out? Because I don't know if there's a way in game of telling.
Yes.
Other than just looking at your number before and after, yeah.
Yeah.
So augment it, find out for yourself.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't actually added a small display on each capsule, like how this augment gives you this many BP.
yeah. It'd be really helpful.
Yeah, especially for like new players. But I do like that they auto search by BP, because now I can just tell people like, hey, just go to the item lab, go to the item exchange. Everything is sorted by what's most useful, so just work your way down.
I think, didn't they also say that they're adding filters so you can filter by potency and potency floor as well?
Yeah.
Which again, really, really useful.
Yeah.
Should have probably been a long time ago, but I'm glad we're getting it.
Yeah. All
Will
these.
we see more Defi users out and about?
Hopefully. all these quality of life improvements really add up, I think. Like a player who starts today probably has a whole different experience than what we had like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So, another quality of life improvements that I'm gonna be really appreciating is the faster quest result screen. Which is super good, because previously if you were doing like things like dual quests, it would take needlessly long to get through the results. And it couldn't just do restart quest, to like skip it, because it will send items to your temporary storage, and you can't start a new quest until the temporary storage is cleared.
Yeah.
So that's a bit unfortunate.
It kind of felt like sometimes the result screen would take longer than the actual quest.
Yeah, especially with dual quests.
Yeah.
So they're also gonna add a reminder for expiring tickets, which is very appreciated. I actually forgot to use my SG exchange tickets recently, despite making a reminder in my own server, which I just got busy with other stuff and then I just forgot. Oh well.
It happens, man. I get it all the time. I always find like tons of tickets in my inventory that have just expired months ago.
Yeah.
Trophies. That's the excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just mementos.
Yeah. Memories of a better time.
Yeah.
Or a worse time, maybe.
Depends on who you ask. And also, the question that everybody was like, huh, what is this question? This is so useless. Gonna have an inventory access inside the salon. And now that they actually showed it off, people were like, oh, this is very useful. Like, huh, go figure.
Yeah, that is super useful. Like the amount of times I've got a ticket from the shop and forgot to use it and then gone to the salon. Now I can go to my inventory and use the ticket.
Yeah. Or instances where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna edit my character's proportions or something. Then I edit everything, like spending half an hour there, Oh, I forgot a salon ticket. Oops.
Do you know, I never even thought about that use. Oh, this is a godsend.
Yeah. Gonna save me so much trouble. But yeah. Lots of good quality of life improvements. This is obviously not a comprehensive list, but those are the ones I thought were like really nice to point out.
Absolutely.
Okay, next topic. Skill rings. We finally know how they look like. What are your guys' opinions on it?
I'm a little bit indifferent, honestly. I'm glad we're getting a bit more customization on stuff, and I am interested to see what kind of builds we can make, with the addition of these rings. I feel like it's something that maybe wasn't necessarily needed, but I'm happy it's there.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of hoping that down the line we see something a little bit more unique to the rings. Not in a way to be overpowered, but something to stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think personally like the skill ring that gives you flinch resistance if you're at 95% HP. That's a really cool skill ring. I want to see more of that. And less of plus 2% and also plus 1% if you counter an attack. Like, that's boring.
Yeah.
Give me attack speed.
And I also wonder, because the skills they showed are obviously unupgraded, and we know you'll be able to upgrade skill rings. So I wonder what the values are on like a fully upgraded skill ring.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that they would actually be getting upgrades. Because the values they showed look kind of low?
Yeah, they're very nothing burgerish.
I think they said that the rings will be upgradable by, if you got duplicates of the same ring, you can use it to upgrade.
Yeah. And also, unlike PSO2, they're not craftable, they're drop items.
Yeah.
Which is also gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Actually, stuff to hunt.
Yeah, crazy. I also wonder how rare they're going to be, because like if you need duplicates, then they would need to be like intermediate rare, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's probably my main concern, especially since so far they've only confirmed them from limited time quests and UQs.
Yeah.
I would assume they'll probably roll them out more widely after that. Like maybe next time round when Lucille gets another update, maybe they'll add them to quests like that.
Yeah, probably. Or Nameless City, who knows. We are going to get a new Nameless City at the end of the year. Or next
I'm really
year.
excited for that because I need a reason to run Nameless City. I feel like I haven't run it for ages.
Yeah.
I want to see what other kind of locations they can make out of it, considering it's a completely new one. And that's definitely my favorite setting in NGS. For pretty obvious reasons. It feels kind of more like home in a way.
Yeah.
Just please don't have the same timer. God.
I personally I don't have that much of an issue with the timer myself. I just wish the quest structure was a little bit better. Like it feels like there's something missing at the end of the quest. It's hard not to like Nameless City, to be honest. Yeah, true. But if the timer expired, I think it would be better if we were like teleported to like a boss room or something.
Yeah.
Just
rather than just thrown back to the ship.
Yeah, just to give the quest a little bit of an ebb and flow. Because like just running around collecting chests and killing trials, I mean it works, but you know, it will make the quest mode a little bit more unique if they did bosses as well.
I've personally always found it a little bit weird that you basically go in and you have an arbitrary 15-minute time limit or whatever it is, and then after 15 minutes, well, it's time to come back now. There's no reason to come back, but yeah, just come back. It feels like there does need to be an end point to the quest.
Yeah. Mom is back,
suppose...
time to leave the playground.
I suppose it's probably quite hard to implement an end to the quest though, because I guess with Nameless, everyone's spawning in at different times.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's not done.
Yeah, but I would imagine like the party you bring with you could probably still be in there. I don't know.
You could have each individual party getting their own instance for a boss or something.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
It will also
Doesn't
like
have to be more than that.
It will also like incentivize people to actually run with parties. Because like right now the only benefit of playing in a party for Nameless City is that if a party member finds an enemy that extends the timer, everybody benefits from it.
Yeah.
It's nice, but be nice.
Can I just say that I didn't know that enemies extended the timer for literally months after Nameless City released.
Yeah, the gold ones do that, which I found... No, not the gold ones, the silver ones. Which I find pretty cool, that they would like repurpose enemies as like different categories in Nameless City. The gold ones give a crap ton of points. That was their niche.
Yeah.
But they also made like getting points so easy that I don't think you would ever need to find the gold ones. But yeah. I wonder what they're planning on with the new Nameless City. I hope it's not like the new Lucille, because I personally like the potential of the new Lucille type that they did is nice, but the quest is over way too quickly.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
Well,
like,
I guess at least with Lucille, I guess it's every now and again it's rotating back to the old one.
yeah. I wonder if they'll do that with Nameless City too, where they rotate the new one in and the old one out, and then at some point they rotate the old one in and it's gonna get updated levels.
Yeah. I'd imagine so. It does seem like NGS is quite cyclical, so we'll kind of rotate around different areas and then come back to ones we've had previously. So obviously we've just got the Lucille update, that's an example of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to see that for other areas as well.
Yeah.
I kind of just wished when you're talking about Lucille, I kind of wish we would have both of the modes, not at the same time, but rotating between the two.
Yeah.
Like in the cycle rather than swapping them out for weeks or months.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like I prefer the other one over the one we have back now, but the other one's just gone for we don't know how long now, so
Probably not until the next year.
The only thing I really don't like about the old one is some of the puzzle rooms. Pretty much every public game you go in, people will just run over all the switches until they get the right ones. I'm one of these people who are like actually trying to work the puzzle out. And these people keep spoiling my fun. I get why people do it, they want to clear the rooms faster, but...
Yeah. I'm quite surprised how many people don't understand the Picross rooms, because like,
yeah.
if you played eShop games on the 3DS, then like Picross was like the game to download, and that had much more complicated puzzles than these 4x4 square tiles.
I remember playing a lot of Pokemon Picross.
Yeah, that was fun. That was daily free-to-play game, right?
I don't know necessarily because I got it free with my 3DS. So maybe it was free to everyone, but yeah, I got it with my 3DS for free.
Nice. Doesn't
Kinda just end up
update in the
leaving.
December-January period. I'm gonna check that out.
I kind of just end up leaving the Picross rooms and stuff to the others and actually do them properly.
So me, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems the next Let's Seal update is scheduled for December, January. So that's
Okay.
probably when the
Nice
old
thing.
one returns. Though I do wonder what they're going to do with the other one. Because I feel like that was pretty straightforward and had very little RNG in it. So are they gonna add more buffs to it?
Yeah, the RNG there was instead the buffs you would have, since they would change each run.
Yeah. But I also feel
One
like
layer.
because it's like so random, they can't really scale the boss around the power that we would end up with. Which I feel like the current Seal does a better job at.
Yeah.
Which also is why the other Seal that we don't have right now, why it's so short. Because everybody just gets overpowered really quickly and then just stomps through the bosses.
Build for infinite crit rate, build for crit damage, just watch the boss melt.
And another thing is that he just shows up halfway through the game mode, like take 50% of his health bar and then leaves. So
Yeah.
once you get to the final room, he's like half dead.
It's a weird decision that, like, I'm going to show up now and let you half kill me, just to make the end of the quest a bit easier for you.
Yeah. Like
Super weird.
if he left at 75% HP, that would be, I think, better. But it's still a little bit weird. Like, he shows up when we are weaker, and he's like,
Yeah.
meet me when you get stronger.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're gonna have a Halloween event at the end of October. And this time the seasonal LTQ actually looks really cool. They're not doing the orange room with Halloween holograms anymore. They're doing actual like spooky quests on the outside with a jack-o'-lantern moon. Like that's pretty cool.
It was nice to see a new quest. The only downside is I'll miss the music from the last year's ones because I think is it Space Channel 5 music? I think it is.
Yeah,
I will miss that music.
this is my happiness.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get it in this one too.
It's
Yeah.
very possible that it's still around for this one as well.
Yeah, it could be.
I just like that they're actually doing these quests out in the world. But
Yeah.
like actually adding a lot of different elements more than just the dev blocks.
Yeah.
I also like mentioned that since the area will look different, you'll be able to take unique screenshots in there. That's gonna be cool. And also like
Screenshots of the giant ass moon.
yeah. I mean that was like one of the bigger criticisms with seasonal content. I feel like that a lot of it is just enemies with hats. And the lobby decoration is just holograms. So it isn't as moody as the PS2 lobby decorations, which were like just giant jack-o'-lantern in the lobby or whatever.
Yeah, I do kind of feel that the seasonal decorations in NGS are kind of very half-assed. Like, they only do some of the city, so it's usually only Central City, or occasionally you might get another one.
Yeah,
I kind of feel that all the hub areas should get decorated.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do appreciate that they also decorate Aelio, but at the same time, I wish they decorated more than just Aelio.
Yeah.
Like Aelio will get seasonal trees and whatever, and during Halloween the trees are dead, which makes Resolve Forest really unique looking.
Yeah.
But then you go in the other areas and it's just nothing.
I like the comment in chat about the Nora Cake Sisters. It does kind of feel weird that we're getting sweets and there's no Cake Sisters. Although, I guess we haven't seen them. Maybe they're in there somewhere.
The
Maybe
quest
the new
is
characters
called
one.
the quest is called Sweet Spanic.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they will make a return.
It feels odd to have sweets in a Phantasy Star game without the Cake Sisters. We need them in somewhere. It seems like it's like an unwritten rule that you have to have the Cake Sisters in a game somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe Miss Candy is one. Who knows?
Maybe. Oh.
True. The plot thickens. And people say NGS has no story.
Yeah, true law.
The Cake Sisters are behind all of this.
They're the root cause of everything.
Yeah, they created Starless. They created Profound Darkness. They are the real Photoners.
This is the twist I was looking for.
Yeah. I always like twists that are like recontextualize everything you knew about the story. But sometimes they're just really stupid. Yeah, maybe we get Cake Brothers. That would be interesting.
I mean, to be fair, I think it was one of the classic RPGs. I think the cake shop was run by a guy, so it's not not unheard of.
Mm.
Could happen again.
So, let's see. The last point on the headline is the Guilty Princess collab, which apparently is another plastic model series, which I have no idea about other than it's themed around folklores and things. And the only character I recognize is Alice.
Yeah, it seemed kind of fairy tale themes. I'll be honest, I think it looked a bit generic.
Yeah.
I'm not too interested in it, honestly, but cool for people who are, I guess.
Yeah, it feels like one of the collabs that probably makes more sense if you're a Japanese player.
Yeah, for sure.
Model kits are also so niche. It's like, even on the Japanese side, I could probably. I'm not sure how well known it would be, but if it's here, then sure.
I think they said I think it's a series by, was it Max Factory?
Yeah.
Who are they're affiliated with Good Smile, so it's a big company. But I must admit, I've never heard of Guilty Princess before.
Yeah, me neither. I do know that apparently Alice is like a popular character in Japan, and I have no clue why though.
Yeah, the artist was from the Shining series. Yeah, they mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Main thing I'm looking at from this one, considering I've never heard of it, but they're bringing a bunch of camos, so I have a reason to pull on this regardless.
Yeah,
I gonna need them.
I will pull on the Halloween scratch, obviously. Because I actually have cast parts that I want, and those are usually very high in demand. And I probably won't have the money to buy at the prices people will be asking for. So I'll just scratch for them myself.
Yeah, trying to get cast parts and NGS is a struggle.
Yeah. It's like throwing meat into a pool of piranha plants. Everybody wants them. We need a Barbie collab next? Oh man.
Can you even imagine?
I do think that the collab is probably going to introduce a lot of accessories, because that's something that the Arcana Dea collab did. It introduced just so many emotes and accessories that are really cool. So I guess that'll be the silver lining with that one.
The Malkis one tend to be pretty good with that, which is an upside for pretty much anyone.
Yeah, I definitely think it's more for the accessories than the outfits or anything. There was a few of the characters where the outfits looked almost identical to me. So
Yeah.
I'm not too interested in those personally.
I do find it interesting that they're also like themed around cards, but I kind of wish they would just do like cards accessories, because there are some screenshots ideas where I'm like, oh, I could use a card right now as like a decoration or something, but
Yeah.
we don't get it for some reason. Like we get hair corsages that are like, oh, we have some cards in there, but not like a single card from a deck.
I mean, I guess the
What
cards thing,
happened?
it's tied into Alice, isn't it? You know, with the Queen of Hearts and everything, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
Still, can I please get a card accessory, please? Pretty please?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So next up was going to be the operation report, where we got some questions that literally who asked, but I feel like some of these answers were pretty decent. So, some lobby actions display my current equipped weapon. Would it be possible to also have idols to show my equipped weapon as well? And the way they answered it, it sounded like they're planning to do a universal idol that shows
Yeah.
weapon. But I wouldn't be surprised if they'll make one per weapon.
Hallelujah. I've been waiting for motions to actually reflect weapons.
Yeah, I feel like they probably are going to re-release the previous running motions where you ran around with a weapon, but like this time with weapon reflection enabled.
That is my fear. I was hoping they would apply it retroactively to previous ones, but I have a suspicion they'll just add more idols.
Yeah, knowing their track record, they're just gonna release the previous one with a plus at the end, and this time it works with weapon reflection. Because they did that in PSO2 as well. Like if you remember, Hero Pose originally didn't reflect your weapon; it only showed the generic hero weapon. And then later they did Hero Pose Plus, and now it reflected your weapon.
Man, you bring up the one we're still missing, man, that I'm sad that we never got on global.
One day.
One day, I hope.
Yeah.
Please. It's such a good post. Yeah, making retroactive changes to existing things is something they seem pretty allergic to.
Yeah, and also like a couple of headlines ago, we had the questions where people were like, "Oh, could you add a feature to flip hairstyles vertically or horizontally?" I don't remember. And they said they're going to make new hairstyles that are flipped, or something. Like, yeah, that's a very on-brand way of addressing things. Just add more instead of
make more money.
Yes.
I was thinking that. I just thought, well, they can get more money out of this if they do scratches for this. They're going to do that.
Yeah. Same with like the rev emotes. Like they could make a feature, like a chat command that mirrors the emote, or they just could sell a new emote.
Yeah.
And then they make a whole scratch around it that's just reversed emotes.
Yeah, which I don't mind, by the way. I do find that the reverse emotes are a very cheap way of getting PR poses for those who don't have them.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's also nice to like take screenshots where one person uses the regular one and the other person uses the mirrored one. Actually did that in one of the screenshots that are flying by on the stream right now. Yeah. Next question. That one felt like people were just not really educated on how chat commands work, which is a fair problem with the game because a lot of chat commands are not well explained. So can you make it possible to use chat commands in auto chat that play character voices? So yeah, we had the chat commands for character voices for a while, but I don't think the game manual explains them.
They don't show up anywhere in game.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Sky.
I was just going to say, as soon as this came up, I completely broke my brain because I was thinking, I'm sure I've been doing this for years. Like since Japanese PSO2 base.
Yeah. I recently had a thing where I remembered a headline question where they asked if it's possible to disable level barriers. And I remember they said something about a chat command. So then I went to look for chat commands, and I went through a deep rabbit hole, and I found a bunch of chat commands I didn't even know existed. Like chat commands for changing the weather in photo room, which I feel like are a little bit redundant, but it's nice they exist, I guess. But I couldn't find the chat command to delete level barriers. And then yesterday, I used the regular UI off chat commands, and the level barriers just disappear. I'm like, what? How long has this been a feature? My whole life was a lie.
I must admit, I didn't know that the UI off command did that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a command for weather. And this one is actually explained in-game. That's what shocked me. If you go into the game guide and do photo room explanation, they actually have a page dedicated to the weather chat commands for the photo room.
Shocking.
I kind of wish they just made a general page dedicated just to chat commands. Because especially with the new one they're adding to remove the what was it called? Dimensional Ripper? Like that chat command is /background dimension ripper off. Like that's you need to write it down somewhere, man. People are going to forget this.
That's a whole lot. Couldn't they just add something like this to the existing little window?
Yeah.
That could just be a checkbox
Yeah.
or something.
Just in general, I wish they expanded the easy photo mode a little bit more, because in FF14, the way their screenshot menu works is that you have all the functions in one UI menu, and you can go through all of them function by function, and it's very intuitive and very in-depth. The current photo mode is very intuitive, but a lot of features that the previous photo mode had are missing, and you can't use chat commands inside it, so it feels a little bit janky. So it would be nice if they expanded the menu a little bit. It's nice that we can use UI off in photo mode now. That hasn't been a thing before. Or not UI off. There was centering your eyes to the camera. That wasn't a thing before. So it's nice it's there.
Really?
But if you want to do it on all characters, you still have to use chat commands.
Yeah, I just kind of feel there's maybe a better way of doing it than chat commands. Chat commands requires you to remember a lot of different commands, and a lot of people are just not going to remember them.
Yeah.
And many of them can be very strange as well.
But even the lobby action ones, some of them are not the same as the name of the lobby action.
Yeah.
Which is infuriating.
Yeah. And some of them are just misspelled.
Yeah.
Pole dance is pole dance, like POLL.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Also, another thing is they did the chat command for moving your character's head, which is nice. But there's if you're using easy photo mode, all you can do is face the camera and nothing else. You can't freeze it, you can't sync it with other players.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, you still have to use chat commands, then go into easy photo mode, then take the screenshots, but make sure you don't leave the easy photo mode, or else your head will reset, which is a little bit annoying. But it's nice that we have those chat commands. Oh yeah, and expression fine-tuning is also something, like having to use chat commands to freeze your face on a specific frame.
Yeah.
Like, it would be nice if we could also do that in easy photo mode, I feel like.
It just, to me, it kind of feels like it's weird halfway house between the system that we had in PS2 Classic and this new system in NGS. It kind of feels like we've got a bit of both, and it just doesn't really, it's not really that coherent.
Yeah. Like, I get that they want to make the easy photo mode to be like a simpler way of taking screenshots.
Yeah.
Like, not the sweaty screenshotters, but I also feel like the easy photo mode is so intuitive that going back to the previous screenshot function is too difficult. Especially since some controls aren't the same across both.
Yeah. I will say that I do really like the easy photo mode for the most part. I think it does make, well, as the name suggests, it does make photos very easy to take and to set things up. I like that you can do things like moving your character head or having your character look at the camera in easy photo mode, and it's super easy to do. But it, there is no doubt that the normal photo mode is a lot more full featured if you use it with chat commands.
Yeah. But I feel like this is something that's going to improve over time. Like,
yeah.
There's also like a chat command for your character eyes facing away from the camera. So that would be also nice if we had that in the easy photo mode.
Yeah.
And also with the camera face chat commands, there's a feature to tilt your character's head. That would also be nice to have.
Can I just say, I loved when Yui was talking about this, where she mentioned about using VO12 and saying that Christmas is cancelled, apparently. I'm sorry to break it to everyone, but apparently Yui has said that Christmas is cancelled this year.
Oh no! I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
No Christmas for you.
So what was she?
Unless you use VO12. I don't really know what she was going on about. It kind of came out of nowhere. She was talking about, I think it was chat command VO12, which, if you don't know, if you do VO12, your character says SEGA. That is the whole...
That is the whole bit.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know why the Christmas bit was in. I don't know what connection that had. Maybe I missed something.
Maybe Sega cancelled Christmas one time? I don't know.
Damn. Well, actually, they forgot to cancel Christmas on PS or Xbox. They had Eternal Christmas on there.
Okay.
Yeah. They just forgot to take away the Christmas lobbies on PS or Xbox, and it was like that for months.
Or
maybe surprising if that was the reference.
Or maybe she was like teasing because in December we're gonna have a PSO1 collab. So maybe Christmas is cancelled because we're not gonna have a Christmas LTQ.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna have a giant Rappy suppression LTQ.
Yeah. Could be Christmas Rappy.
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas Rappy.
Yeah.
And then the next question was so funny because, like, when we were watching this live, we were like joking about the VO question, and then when we started paying attention to the stream again, Yui was like basically done with the question because it was so over so quickly. She basically did the yes, moving on. So the question was, do you have any plans to apply the block list to the fashion catalog / lookbook? And yeah, they're looking into it. Please wait for more information.
That was literally all they said, wasn't it? It was like, yeah, we're looking into it. Move on.
Nice, thank you. Thank you for your time, Yui.
Super descriptive, super informative.
Yes.
What does it mean? We'll see.
I guess people are getting unsolicited likes on Lookbook.
What, you don't... People don't like the like for like? Damn.
I guess this is for people who like receive 10 likes a day from one person and it's just annoying.
Yeah.
I sent you a like, please respond.
Yeah, I recognize this.
I sent you 10 likes, why did you not respond to me?
I've been having this going on for a couple weeks now. There's someone that just sends several likes every day. I don't know who they are. I have never spoken to them. But it keeps happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Just a big fan.
Yeah, exactly.
God,
A silent
can't believe I have a
appreciator.
stalker. Spooky stalkers.
Yeah, so I guess they're aiming to fix that with this change. Oh, it was Rika, apparently. They're starting doing it as a meme.
Damn it.
The truth is out.
How could you do this?
Yeah, that was basically all for headline. The next headline is going to be on October 28th, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a Tuesday again. Nice.
Back to the normal schedule.
Yeah.
It was weird having a headline on Friday. It threw me for a loop completely.
Twice in a row, too.
Yeah.
3 headlines in 2 months.
Yeah, that too. And one of them is a repeat of the other, but like abridged. Which I do appreciate that Yui does more with the channel. But that threw a lot of people out on a loop. Like, why are we getting so many headlines back to back? And so quickly, so early. What's going on?
Can't complain about no content if they show off content several times.
Yeah.
Just making sure that you guys understand that we have content.
Yeah, here it is again for you, just in case you missed it the first time.
Here it is in both Japanese and English.
In case you
If you have
haven't
no
watched the
excuse.
other stream, you should go to the Japanese headline and watch it again. Okay. So let's go to community questions next. Because we actually missed one community question last time. And I don't know how I missed it. Maybe when I was searching for it, I didn't filter by latest or something. But we actually had a question for the previous headline, previous Arks Lounge. And I feel like we should catch up on that.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, so the question was, what sort of story development would interest you the most going forward? So first I'm gonna read Chrono's answer because I actually asked him. So, because like it was meant for the Arks Lounge, it was with Chrono as a guest. So his answer was, I think we are in a good place to do a few more in-between stories to expand on some characters, and then I would like to see a proper time skip forward into a time where we are exploring the alternative realm version of Halfa or taking the fight directly to the Star Wars homeworld.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think I feel basically the same way. Like, it obviously feels like we're in a in-between episodes time period. So probably for the foreseeable future we're gonna get like these mini episodes that are just like character stuff. And once we get chapter 8 or episode 2 chapter 1, that's when the story ramps up again. It's also going to be interesting if they're gonna do 2 episodes or 3 episodes, because I know a lot of the spin-off PSO games tend to do only 2 episodes, but like the main line entries do 3 episodes. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the main thing I want to see is obviously at some point in the story there is that hint that things are connected to PSO2 Classic, where you see an Ark ship.
Yeah.
I would like to see a bit more build on that, and just even if it's just the odd hint here and there as to where we're going, I'd like to see a bit more reference to that as to what's going on. There is obviously a lot more going on behind the scenes than we realise. I'd like to see a little bit more included in the story, just to kind of clues in a bit more.
Yeah. I feel like there's inevitably something related to the older characters that we are just missing. And I know obviously many people want the older characters to come back, but outside of a flashback or maybe one character that has an excuse to live 1,000 years, I don't think many will return. But
I think the android characters you could maybe make a case for.
Yeah.
For the cast ones.
Yeah, the Ark ship is indeed a very huge elephant in the room. One could say it is the room itself.
Yeah.
What about you, Ratmut?
Well, kind of similar with the whole flashback deal, and because I want to know if they are hinting on something in the future actually doing a little bit more telling, or if that's literally just a reference, considering, well, for one, some of these flashbacks are only viewable if you've done the PSO2 story.
Yeah.
So, but then there's also the question of, if you didn't, you don't see the flashbacks, and then if you suddenly started bringing it up in the story, it would be completely out of place for those that haven't.
The only thing I would say is, even if you haven't done the story, you still see the Ark ship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's still there, but yeah, there'd be no reference to the previous characters. So yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I feel like the way they're doing it right now is that if you haven't played PSO2, you're basically 909, like the planned clone that should have dropped down. But if you have played PSO2, then you already have a history of this character, then you're the actual guy from 1,000 years ago. So if you are playing as 909 as a new player, you don't have like amnesia, so to speak, because you haven't been 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And you don't have your memories returning because of it. But if you are an older player, then you have that. But there's still like this elephant in the room. Like, what are you going to do if you reach the point where the character remembers everything? Like, unless it's like not important to the current story, then I don't know.
They could be very risky and try to do something that's only accessible if you've actually done it, but that feels like it would be a very big step for them to even consider.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like that's something they wouldn't shy away from, because like if you want the true ending of both episode 3 and episode 6, you needed to play all the story up until that point. Because around episode 3, they actually allowed you to skip episode 1 and 2 and start the metaboard directly with episode 3. And those people would obviously not get the true ending. And they did the same with episode 6, where if you don't finish every single cutscene in the game, you can't get the true ending, where you actually save the day.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they said, you know what, you don't get the true ending or whatever unless you beat PSO2 story.
It would be a hell of an incentive to actually experience it as well.
Yeah.
I need to go back through it again.
Yeah, aside from that, it's like, I want to see more, pretty much more what they will do with the Alter Realm once we actually get the bigger picture of what it is.
Yeah.
Because the only hints we have now is It's an alternate version of the existing Alpha. Vile has something to do with it because we see the squid things in the sky, and that's it.
Yeah. My current
Was he?
My current theory is that it is a copy of Alpha. Because there are things in there that shouldn't be there. Like, for example, Lucille isn't there. Ratmut City isn't there. And Trinitas isn't there, as far as I know. But Central City is in there. And that doesn't make much sense.
Is Central City in the background or something? Or?
Yeah, in the new combat sector, you can basically use PA to gain enough elevation to look past the leveled area, and you can see Central City is there. But it could also be like, and when you start getting the Quaris Altered Realm sectors, that's going to probably more visible, unless they're all set in Lost Central or something. I don't know.
Could be a bit of an oversight there as well. That they might do something with if they move on to like add the Alter Realm to all 4 regions.
Yeah, it could be an oversight. I know that there's a signpost in Ratmut that is a copy-pasted asset from Elio. And that copy-pasted asset is also an Altered Realm. And that threw me off for a loop. But once I realized, oh, this is just a copy-pasted asset, it's like, okay, whatever, fine. Doesn't mean anything.
Could be lore crucial.
That one sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny, though, how Ratmut City is just crushed with cubes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and also, like, the gravity rings in the new combat sector. I'm not sure if this is just the lighting, but they look newer than the ones we have on Alpha. Like, the paint looks better on them. So, but that could be just lighting, so I'm not quite sure.
Very possible.
But yeah, right now my running theory is that it's just a copy of Alpha that Stars created to have training grounds of their own. Because after Vile died, they realized, oh shit, we have to lock in.
So while we were doing the training montage against the dolls, they were doing a training montage against us.
Yes, exactly.
I can't believe they are actually just the anti-versions of us.
Which is also something that I'm like theorizing about. Because a lot of the dolls and Starless are surprisingly similar to Arks from 1,000 years ago. Like the Magils enemies, for example. The dolls version is using PSO2 Fomelgian, and the Starless version is using PSO2 Berentian. And then you have stuff like Bujin having many similarities to PSO2 Braver, and Kalkundo is obviously like Bouncer. Then you have the Quaris one, which is obviously just Summoner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some concerning similarities that could have lore implications. Maybe that's what happened to the old Arks. And if that's the case, then holy shit. It gets pretty dark.
Consume their photons and make the clones.
Yeah. Alter Arks. Alter Hibana. Yeah, that's why that's why they bring her up so much. She's gonna come back as an evil person.
She was a Starless all along.
Maybe that's what happens. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't know where they said it, but I think during one of the Ratmut side stories, they say that fallen Arks become stars. So maybe that's where they're going. Damn. Does that mean we're gonna see Garroa again? As a Starless Garroa? Honestly,
it's a huge buff Starless.
Yeah. Maybe that's Agni.
I see where Agni came from now.
Yeah. That would be cool. I don't know if they'll go that route though. That would be very morbid. Like, oh, your
Would be
loved
interesting
one
for them to
died? Well, here you have to kill them again. Unless they do something like Power of Friendship to turns them back normal or something.
Would be interesting
you
for
know-
them to go a very dark route,
Yeah.
just out of nowhere.
It wouldn't be, completely out of bounds for Phantasy Star to be super dark, though. It has been quite dark in the past.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's a really interesting question, though.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the next proper story update. Because I feel like since chapter 5, all the major story updates have been really interesting. So I'm really looking forward to it. I know some people are like saying like, oh, the story is nothing, but I don't agree. Like, especially if you're like invested in the story, then when the story drops, which is very rarely, it's very fascinating.
That's kind of how I feel as well. I think saying the stories in Nothing Burger is not exactly fair. I think the issue with the story is how far apart the elements of it are. The actual story itself, the main story pieces anyway, are totally fine.
Yeah. And this is another
It's
thing.
a mix of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's partly that, and partly because since the story is forced, they don't want.
Yeah.
They don't want to make it too much. Because I am absolutely sure that if the story wasn't a forced part of the game, they could go really deep with pretty much every step of the way.
Yeah. And I also remember there was a PSO2 review around like 2016, I think. And it said something along the lines that if the story was mandatory, they would probably hate the story, the game. And that was in relation of PSO2. So I can see why they do not want to bombard you with story in the NGS. But I feel like some complementary material could probably help. Maybe a NGS manga or something, or an anime.
It's a really difficult balance because people play NGS for so many different reasons.
Yeah.
There are people who literally just log on to do fashion stuff. There are people who love, going to all the combat areas and everything. And you're never going to appeal to everyone. So it's a really hard balance for them, I think.
Yeah. Now I forgot what I wanted to say. Never mind. But yeah, that was the question. And again, if you want to submit some more, feel free to use the hashtag Arks Lounge. And as a reminder for those who tuned in later, for the next Arks Lounge, we are planning to do giveaways to people who participate with screenshots. The giveaways is going to be handled by a random roulette, so the quality of the screenshot doesn't matter, just that you do participate. And for the next Arks Lounge, we also plan to have a gaming section at the end. For the next one, I think we're gonna do Casino in PSO2. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so make sure you have the PSO2 thingy installed, PSO2 data, so you can participate. I think we're gonna do like 30 minutes of Blackjack and 30 minutes of Mesetan Shooter.
To be fair, I think 30 minutes of Blackjack is enough.
Yes!
Now will irritate me if I do it any more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes to just want to strangle that cat.
It's rigged, I tell you.
But yeah. that's about it for this Arks Lounge.
Well, thanks
Ratmut,
for everyone in chat.
Ratmut, plug your Twitch channel.
My Twitch channel?
Yeah.
Well, you can find me on twitch.tv/Ratmut. I don't have much of a solid schedule currently. I am working on that. Hopefully, it should be easier to actually get going now that I have a better PC. If it's a more reliable PC.
Yeah.
Nice.
Getting a PC upgrade is so liberating.
It's the jump from the previous one to this one was so big.
Yeah, I felt that too when I updated 1.5 years ago. Like the previous PC I used was like, I bought it in 2015, but it used 2012 parts or 2013 parts. So it was a very old PC. So going from that to the one I have right now is like, wow. It's like breathing in HD.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to check out what I do, it's a bit of I want to say a bit of a variety.
Yeah.
Some Warframe, a lot of PSO2, hopefully, other games, hopefully other stuff in general, because doing just games is easy but not very interesting for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what the future holds.
And also you're contributing to the Arks Visiphone, which is also very good work.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm trying to do my best.
Yes.
Because there is a lot of info missing on the global end that isn't easy to find.
Yeah.
And not everyone can scour the S-Wiki on the Japanese side very easily.
Yeah. I probably would contribute a little bit more to it if I had more time. Unfortunately, being a content creator kind of ate up all the free time, excessive free time that I had.
We
Yeah,
have no free time.
it's very time consuming, depending on how much you want to cover, of course.
Yeah.
Some
Guy, what are you up to the coming weeks?
On Sunday, I am streaming PSO Episode 3 Card Revolution,
Oh, wow.
because apparently people want to see that.
Nice.
Yeah, I did a poll recently, and it was very narrowly beat. So we did Phantasy Star Zero last week, and we're doing Episode 3 Card Revolution this week. So if you want to see the weird PSO card game, yeah, check that out.
Nice. And also you
Sounds
recently uploaded a video talking about how the franchise has evolved over the iterations. So
I did, yeah.
I recommend everybody checking that video out. Pretty good watch.
Thank you very much. I do have a habit of rambling a bit in my videos, but you get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
give us all the info.
But yeah. Hope everybody had fun with the live Arks Lounge. This is a very uncharted territory for me. Or rather, not uncharted, it's just I haven't live streamed in 8 years, so I'm very rusty on that front.
I would say this has gone pretty damn well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. But thank you for
good job.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And the next Arks Lounge is going to be on the first day after the headline. So that'll be the 30th October. It'll be 3-hour Arks Lounge, since it'll have the gameplay segment. So I hope you're looking forward to that. And thanks for coming, everyone.
You have a nice hang out and play some games with people as well. Actually, play the game we talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Putting our money where the... Put it... never mind.
I know what you mean.
Putting it in.
Yeah. Putting your
Yeah, thanks
money
for
where your
hanging out,
mouth
Phil.
is. There we go.
We got there in the end.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for coming, everyone, and have a nice rest of the weekend.
Have
Yeah,
a good
enjoy your weekend,
weekend
chat.
and eat
Bye.
something nice.